Oh, greetings there, fellow repairers of Land Rovers. Okay, we've got a quick, hopefully quick, sort of first repair. I'm not sure about the light today. It's very sunny and bright on this cold day, feeling a bit chilly. Winter has finally come, clocks have gone back, so it is their actual fall here in the UK, or as we like to call it, autumn, I think, or are we calling it winter? I don't know. It's definitely got lots of tree leaves floating around. Anyway, back to actual reality. We are looking at our broken air vent today, which came specially with this vehicle. So obviously when you buy an older car, it may have some things wrong with it. It's not something that phases me, and I actually want things wrong with it because I'm a nerd and I like repairing things. Now, I can't live with a nasty broken air vent because I'm too uptight and middle-aged, so I'm going to repair it. I've got this very nice example off of eBay. It was £10, so absolute bargain, and we're going to see whether we can get the old one out and the new one put back in, so it actually looks like it should do. So let's see how we get on. So we've got to somehow get into here. As we can see on our replacement one, we've got, looks like some kind of screw points on it. There's a clip there, there's a peg there, there's like maybe another couple of mounting screws, so we've somehow got to get behind here. Now, like most cars, probably a lot of this stuff pops off, and let's just have a little go. I've got some trim tools if I need them, these kind of useful things. These are really good, so get those off of lots of places like Amazon and eBay. So I reckon this probably just pops out. Like, there's a lot of stuff on most modern cars that are just clipped on, so let's have a go at popping that out. Yes, excellent, it comes out. So that's that. The clips have stayed behind. Probably take that one off and put it back in before I put it on. But so good old trim pieces. Might give that a clean separately while I'm doing that, just so that I've got my full tick badge of being middle-aged and fussy about cleaning stuff as I take it apart. So I'm hoping, oh, that's really easy to come off. Hoping this comes off, which it has done. Just got to work out how to take this off without damaging anything. Obviously we've got the door trim here. Might have to pull this down and off a bit. Don't always like removing door trims and things, but sometimes got to be a bit bold. Okay, yes, that's good. Okay, if we pull that down, so that did actually come off very easily. So we just got some kind of mainly locating, just clipped in. There's no actual metal clips on that by the looks of it, so pretty straightforward. Again, that might get a bit of a clean. What goes back on? Exposing the aluminium bit under here, like the strengthening part, probably the dash. So we've got a bit of the way there. So we discovered some nice looking Torx screws on here, and we know there is some hiding in there. So I wonder if we can try and remove this trim piece off the top, and then we might get a bit of access underneath it by the looks of it. So okay, so we've got some T20s here. Let's see if we can get these off. Obviously try not to lose them. I assume they're all going to be very similar. So there's 1, 2, we've got, okay. Don't want to damage it. So that's some kind of clip. Does it come out that way? So that's certainly oh, that's moving. Look at that. Okay, that's clipped in down the bottom. So on this we have got a couple of metal clips. So obviously that's clipped in. So I think this is exposed now, other than obviously I can't pull it out because there's 2 screws at the back. So just got to work out how to get down here, whether this is something that will just give us a bit of space, whether it will come off easily or fight. Okay, we just need to, I think we need to take this off as well. So we pop off the little airbag trim cover, and in the hole is a 8mm bolt, which goes against everything about Land Rovers, because every time I've ever taken any of those off, it's always Torx. But there you go, let's just mix it up because we've got a new car and they have to change things around to make it more complicated to repair them. So I'm just going to unbolt that, pull off the trim, and theoretically we will be having an exposed area down here where we can look at removing that bit of trim as well. This is a little bit of a pain. So what you do is you unbolt here and then you pull it out, and there is a clip there, and as I was suspecting, there is one of the yellow clips in here, and then I was a bit stumped because this was kind of, how the hell do you get that out? And what you do is it kind of, you wiggle it and pull it backwards. If I can film it very well, it pulls out. So
2,000 years later.
right, okay, the mission. I could not find air vent in the Land Rover technical documents for this. You know why? Because it's called driver side register. What the absolute F? So in the end, I found it by accidentally finding it because I kept searching and searching. So this is the driver's side register, and the other one is the passenger side register. Not driver's, driver side register. Just, you know, doesn't everyone call it a register? I mean, this is obviously a register. What I call a register is what you used to get at school when they asked you whether you were there, and you go, yes, sir. Anyway, let's just forget about that and my bitterness at not finding this. Now, in my intuition, I thought this should slide out that way, which apparently it does. So I'm not being mad, but because I was being so gentle, I think I missed the fact that if you just get a little bit busy with it, it slides out, and hurt my fingers a bit. So that comes out, so that's one. And magically, we will find, if we were to slide this one out similarly, I think it's supposed to do the same thing, according to the documentation. It should just slide out as well. Although, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Not that impressed, really. We should get to a point where we can get to the screws under here. So I'm just going to play about with this for a few more minutes, and hopefully once I've undone whatever clips under here and probably undo the clip and rotate it round, and we're out, aren't we? So what a lot of faff for not doing it. But I guess at least we discovered how to get vaguely into the, if you want to get into the dashboard, but that wasn't my plan. So I just want to literally get to the two screws under here, switch this out, and that's it. So a bit more assembling than I wanted to, but we're nearly there. Okay, that was a bit more violent than I wanted. Okay, finally got it out. I was just trying to be delicate, and it doesn't really work, does it, half the time, being delicate? Okay, we found it. Wow, so finally, after all that fiddling about, the last two screws have revealed themselves. I had to take it back. Land Rover aren't BMW, but they're certainly making it a bit more complicated. Maybe I should have been so kind of blasé. On the Discovery 3, most things just pull out, which is my last car. Pull out and creak. Well, I suppose this doesn't creak as much, so I mean, if I theoretically have undone this correctly, it should actually just come out. He said, hoping. I think there's a clip at the bottom as well. There you go. Wow, all that to get an air vent out, especially if you do it poorly like me. So that's the air vent out, and then we're going to reverse the process and fit it back in again. Hopefully I'll do it in a bit more of a finessed way. So now we know how this works. This is going to just slot back in here, clip in. Finally. Obviously going to take a little bit of... Actually, yeah, sorry, I've done this wrong. So actually you're supposed to put these in to the vehicle trim, like the front bit first, or the, don't know what you call it, chassis plastic bit. And then push that in. So, just because I've been a bit odd in how I've reassembled this, I've got to make sure I do this the right way. Look at that, nice brand new vent. Or, what do you call it? Register, as apparently you call it in Land Rover world, Range Rover world. Right, so reversing Two of these Torx 20 screws at the top. Nice and tight, but not crazy tight. Then we have these random bits on top. So there's this one, so we got the clips again on here that we need to take off. Right, so there's 3 here, 2 there. It's quite a lot of. No wonder it's hard to get out. Right, push this back in. Nicely reseat it. So interestingly, I don't know what the difference is. They've got a black clip on the bottom, two metal clips on the top. What is the difference? Answers on a postcard, please. Right, here we go. This goes in the top. See if we can get it lined up. A little bit more tricky. Right, pushed in. Make sure everything's in. Push, push. So this slides in. There is an air vent, so you just got to make sure it slides in and across. It lines up internally, which it looks like it's going to do. Make sure that yellow clip goes back in without breaking it. These are more compressible clips. I'm not going to take those out because they're kind of almost designed to come in and out. But we're going to replace that trim on top. I think we're using a lining just at the top and bottom of the vent. There's a couple of guide parts as well. Make sure you've got it in around the right way. There we go, bottom to top by the looks of it. There you go. That should just slide in quite easily. There you go, look at that. Starting to look really smart now. Screwing into plastic, so not crazy tight, but just nicely tight. So they're not going to be able to move around and creak too much. Right, it's going to cut for a bit because I'm going to put back the dashboard surround and bits, yeah, you know what I mean. And I'll cut back to finishing this off. Right, after nearly killing myself putting the dashboard back together, I'm going to finish off now and just put these last 2 panels on. So as we saw before, this one just pushes in there. There's 4 clips. Hopefully that will just push in without giving me too much of a headache. Right, click. Make sure that's on. And then we've got this finishing panel here that clips in down in here. It's got to slide on, so I missed that bit. So I'm going to win my design award this. Okay. Oh, what a faff. I think that came out in the pot when I took it out first time too easily, because in the past I was taking it out and not put it back in properly. Okay, I'll compare it with the other side, but I think we're good. So I've got this panel back in. It's all a bit of a faff, and maybe it's just because of me. But there you go, that's back in. I replaced air vent. Looks like it's all working nicely. Hopefully I haven't done anything to it in the meantime when I was actually putting it back together. I think it's all working nicely. Make sure I'm far enough away. I think we're good. Right, there you go. How to replace, probably badly, replace an air vent on a Range Rover L494. And now I'm going to have a lie down. Alright, see you next time.